What is up? So I'm here to teach you today how to play spades and how to not get your black card revoked this holiday season. So let's go over the basics of cards. So you have 52 cards in a deck. You have 4 suits, or like I like to call them, houses. So you have a heart house, a diamond house, a clubs house, and a spade house. You also come with 2 jokers. These are important characters and they will be used later in the game. So with spades, the object of spades is to get the most books. This game is kind of hard to explain. The goal is to get the highest card, right? So spades are the highest of them all. They can cut everything and they'll most likely win. Usually play deuces wild. This counts the same as an ace. This is the little joker and this is the big joker. Big joker always beats little joker. They cut spades too. Next highest card, ace, king, queen, jack. So the first thing when you get your cards, I always suggest putting your suits together. It makes it easier to read the cards. So this is your hand. I usually put my highest ranking cards on this end, and then everything else just falls in the middle. So usually this time, after all your cards are laid out, you and your partner are going to bid on how many books you have. You have to remember what ranks higher. So aces, kings, queens, jacks will usually get you a book. I count all my aces, my spades, depending on how many I have in my hand. Oh, and if you have like big or little jokers, I count those too. Look, I dealt myself a really good hand. So here's the thing about queens and jacks. They are really high, but there's still other cards that can cut them. So I usually don't count my queens. So I would say I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 books. But since you're my partner, you would have 1, 2. So here's the sticky part. You have the hand like this. You obviously count the obvious books you can see. So that would be this ace and this king. Because ultimately, if you get to lead a suit, you can play the ace and the king and you know they'll win the book. So like you could play the ace first and then the king. But also you don't have any clubs. So that kind of gives you an advantage. So if clubs ever lead, you could always cut the book with the ace. But I wouldn't count those books yet. I want to underbid, but you don't want to overbid. I'd say you have 4 and a possible and I have 5. So that would take us to 9. So the person of the left of the dealer is always the person that's going to go first. I always say start with the powerful card that you know is going to get you the book. Say she's going to leave with hearts. I would play the 3 because it's a low card. You already know you lost the book. What you never want to do is cut your partner's hand. Then this person can play a 6 and I'm going to play a 2 because we already lost the book. There's no point. The ace was already played. So they would get that book. Play this. The king of clubs. At this point, you don't have any clubs. The way you could win the book is to cut it with the spade. So you could play the 5, which would win us the book, and they could play this because clubs, that's the suit that leads. Everybody else has to play a club. If you don't have a club, you can play something else, but everybody else at the table has to play a club because if you win the book and they figure out you have a club in your hand, that's called reneging. You don't want to do that because it can get you all your books gone. I'm gonna play that and we won the book and it keeps going. This time you would go first. So let's say we're gonna play ace of diamonds. So I don't have any diamonds in my hand. Diamonds is what led the suit, but I don't want to cut my partner. So my partner already won the book, so because I don't have diamonds, I can just throw out a useless card, the 6 of clubs. Spades is usually the last thing that comes out. People always hold on to their big cards to the end, so if it was me, I would hold on to these 3 until that I really need them. But with those 3, like literally, that's 4 books right there. So I pretty much explained the rules of the game. If I had more people here, like I do a live game, but it's 4 o'clock. If I play Thanksgiving, I'll show y'all that. I wanted to leave y'all with a couple tips. So there are 13 books up for grab. Try not to underbid yourself because possibilities can become books and even higher cards can get cut. So don't necessarily overbid, but there's 13 books. So if everybody deals and everybody's like, oh, I have 5 books, that means 3 books that somebody's not counting. So they're not counting correctly. But also don't feel pressured to add more books. Like, don't put pressure on yourself because if you don't get to how many books you need, that takes away from your points as well. Well, 2, it's a 2-part rule. Don't cut your partner and don't renege. But cut your partner because your partner is supposed to help you, and if you cut their books, like, you just wasted a card on getting their book. But don't renege. So if you're playing and you have to cut your partner because one book compared to losing the 5 books you already got is not worth it. So don't cut your partner, but don't renege. Like, rule 3, don't play all your spades or big cards first. Like, you never know how the game's gonna go. So I always suggest waiting to the end to play like your really big cards, because usually the last couple rounds, those are the ones that make or break the game. So like, pay attention to what comes out and who puts what out, because that's how you catch people reneging. That's how you can win books. Somebody always gonna be holding on to this 2 of spades, to a 2 of spades, to a joker. Like, nobody's gonna play those first, because you never know when you're gonna have to use them. Rule 4, don't let somebody stand behind you because they helping the other person cheat. Somebody's gonna stand behind you and help you. Don't let nobody stand behind you. Just struggle alone. And then 5, if all else fails, put on a hella good poker face and fake it till you make it, because nobody knows what's in your hand. Beginner's luck is a thing, so you could always win. Like, always win. But I say at least try, because you never know if you'll win or not. So those are my 5 rules. I'll put them in the description too, because why not? If you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up if it helps you play spades, if it helps clarify some things. Congratulations, you're officially a spades player. You can have your black card back. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. I'm gonna stop making videos at 4 o'clock in the morning. Probably not, but hopefully. Until next time. Okay, bye.